I Wish I Liked Flan. A self-described foodie with major food issues talks about how his culinary opinions matter while all others don't. Episode 6. The Importance of Being Dessert. Words cannot describe how vital dessert is to me. I constantly want it. I'd eat it every day after lunch and dinner if I thought I wouldn't be judged so harshly for it. In fact, those days where I do go without dessert are minor triumphs for me. Way to go, Pinchon, I say to myself with a friendly punch to my own arm. You white-knuckled it through another day without something sweet. Good job. You should celebrate. And how do I celebrate? You guessed it, with dessert the next evening. It's not just hard for me not to have dessert, it's hard for me not to have a lot of dessert. I can't have just one cookie or a sliver of pie or a handful of M&Ms. And to see how I get around this problem, stick around to the very end for what I call the cookie theory. I'm not one of those people who are happy with a few spoonfuls of ice cream. My old roommate was like that. He could open up the fridge, take out his Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia, eat 2 spoonfuls, and then put the pint back completely satisfied. It made me mental when he did this. So much so that one night I took out the pint of ice cream and finished it off. And I don't even like Cherry Garcia. But I did it out of principle. A little taste of something sweet at the end of the night is not something I can do. That thinking is just not wired in my DNA. I need massive amounts of dessert. I'll eat less dinner if I know there's a special treat waiting for me. Okay, that's a lie. I'll eat the same amount of dinner, and even if I'm stuffed, I'll eat 2 or 3 fudge brownies. I'm basically a child. Some of you might be asking, why not have some lovely fruit for dessert? I say sure. There's nothing wrong with fruit. Fruit rocks, especially as a snack. There's not one fruit that I won't eat. Fruit's fun. But is fruit dessert? Well, yes, but with a caveat. It's what I like to call dessert alternative. Allow me to explain. On an evening where I sit down with a nice bowl of fresh mangoes for dessert, I am quite content. But I'm only quite content because I've spent the previous 7 evenings eating chocolate and peanut butter cupcakes, and one more day of that kind of eating officially makes me a bad person. The fruit is not my penance, but it is something of a second-class citizen. It's the JV squad. A good JV squad, but still junior varsity when it comes to dessert. So even though I am enjoying my bowl of mangoes, in the back of my head is the thought, man, I'd be enjoying this dessert a whole lot more if it were a bowl of red velvet cake. And if I do go a few days with just eating fruit for dessert, how do I celebrate? You guessed it, with dessert the next evening. Okay, the cookie theory. Unless you are diabetic or just plain stupid, nobody eats just one cookie. It can't be done. At the very least, people eat 2 cookies in one sitting. Ergo, if you eat just 2 cookies, you are really eating just 1. And if you eat 4 cookies, you're only eating 2. And if you eat 6, you're only eating 3, and so on and so on. See how that works? What's great about my cookie theory is that size doesn't matter. It's all about the number ratio. So go ahead and eat 8 cookies in one sitting like I do. Technically, you're only eating 4.